After over a decade of construction, cost overruns, political finger-pointing, and mounting frustration from Torontonians, the long-awaited for Eglinton Crosstown Light Rail Transit LRT line, officially Line 5, is finally nearing the finish line. I can just hear you laughing while you're watching this video and listening to me say that. But following years of uncertainty and broken promises, Metrolinx now confirms that major construction on the 19-kilometer 25-station line is complete, and the project is entering its final testing and commissioning phases. If all goes to plan, trains will be running with passengers by September of 2025. Mind you, the streetcars, buses, and subways are already running with passengers on board, but good luck finding any of them that run at top speed during peak rush hour times. According to Metrolinx, the provincial transit agency overseeing the project, all major civil and station construction is now done. The last few months have seen occupancy permits issued for all stations, and the software systems critical to train safety and communications have been updated and debugged. This includes the line's automated train control system, which required a number of revisions throughout late 2023 and early 2024. Mind you, it was in 1986 that Vancouver introduced driverless trains on its SkyTrain service. Train testing has now been ongoing for some time, but has now entered its more intense phase. This includes what's known as non-revenue simulation training, where operators run full-service schedules with empty trains to simulate real-world conditions. The TTC has also ramped up training for its staff, preparing them to operate and maintain the new line. That's Metrolinx speak for we're trying to avoid what happened in Ottawa when we opened that LRT too soon. The next major milestone is a revenue service demonstration, a 30-day trial in which the line operates exactly as it would under real-world conditions, but without passengers. This will test everything from signal timing to passenger flow to emergency response protocols. If successful, it will pave the way for final approvals and the announcement of an official opening date. Again, Vancouver's driverless SkyTrains have been running since 1986 and nobody is afraid to get on those. While Metrolinx has not yet formally committed to an opening date, Premier Doug Ford announced on June 3, 2025 that the crosstown is on track for a September opening. The Ontario government has faced intense criticism over the years for its handling of the project, but Ford has expressed confidence that the line will finally begin operations in the fall. This is by the same premier that gets out in front of a podium, tells everyone that the buck stops with him, and then in the next sentence says he cannot give us an opening date. Metrolinx, however, no surprise, also remains cautious. Officials say that no date will be finalized until all system integration and safety testing is complete, and they stress that the final decision will be made only after the 30-day revenue service trial is successful. Having said all of that, behind the scenes signs may be promising. Final road restoration work is underway at multiple locations along the corridor, including recently at Bermondsey Road in Eglinton. These finishing touches indicate the line is in its final phase before handover to the TTC. The Eglinton Crosstown has been a transit soap opera for years, with construction first beginning in 2011 under the McGuinty Liberal government. If you're not old enough to remember the McGuinty government, then that tells you how long it's actually taken to finish the Eglinton LRT. Originally expected to open in 2020, the project has suffered delay after delay. By 2023, it had become clear that software issues and construction disputes with the Crosslink Transit Solutions Consortium were pushing timelines further and further out. The project's budget, once pegged at around $5.3 billion, has ballooned to an estimated $11.6 billion in cost overruns. Much of this stems from the delays, contract disputes, and added costs related to the COVID-19 shutdowns. The Ontario government has pointed the finger at the Crosslink Consortium, while others blame Metrolinx's oversight and the design-build-finance-maintain model used for procurement. Transit advocacy groups, including TTC riders, have been vocal about the lack of transparency. And let me be clear, by lack of transparency, they have told us almost absolutely nothing. The group has criticized Metrolinx for failing to provide regular updates to the public and for a contract structure that effectively keeps the line under private control for 30 years, post-opening. Many advocates argue the TTC should have more say in operations and planning. I would say that this should have been a TTC project from the beginning. Once operational, the Eglinton Crosstown will be transformative for Toronto's Midtown corridor. Running from Mount Dennis in the west to Kennedy Station in the east, the line will span nearly the entire city and connect with 3 subway lines, 1, 2, and 3, 54 TTC bus routes, and GO Transit lines. Stations like Mount Dennis and Don Valley, formerly the Science Centre, are expected to become major hubs of multimodal travel. According to Metrolinx projections, the LRT will cut travel times across Eglinton Avenue by up to 60%, relieving congestion on the east-west bus routes and improving access to employment, education, and services for communities across the city. Train service is expected every 4 to 5 minutes during peak periods. However, frustrations linger. Many commuters expected this line to be open 5 years ago. Businesses along Eglinton Avenue have suffered from endless construction, and local residents have grown tired of being told to just wait a little bit longer. The lack of a direct airport connection, something that could also have been achieved by extending the line further west into Pearson International Airport, remains a sore spot for urban planners and the public alike. So here's what to watch for over the coming months. First, there's the system handover to the TTC. Metrolinx will formally transfer control of the line, allowing TTC staff to take full operational command. Then second, there's the revenue service demonstration. This is a month-long full simulation to ensure the system is reliable and safe. Then third, there's the official opening date announcement. If all goes well, this will likely be revealed around late June or July. Then fourthly, there's minor construction and integration wrap-up. Final roadwork, station signage, and accessibility checks will continue into late summer. Then eventually we can expect to see the Finch West LRT also open, hopefully in the not-too-distant future, which also looks like it's almost finished. Then we will eventually be able to look forwards to the opening of the Ontario line, which they tell us is around 2031. The Ontario line, which I think is supposed to be the new Line 3, will originate at the exhibition station, allowing people to connect seamlessly to the GO Lakeshore West line and terminate at the Don Valley Station. The Don Valley Station is located at Don Mills in Eglinton. This will allow seamless transferring between the Eglinton LRT and the now well under construction Ontario line. The Ontario Relief Line is going to be very integral to the overall transit plan, as this is going to relieve a lot of the congestion that we currently see on the Yonge University Line 1 subway. Then on the west, the Eglinton LRT will also seamlessly connect to the Yonge University Line 1 at Cedarvale Station, allowing for seamless transferring at this location for people commuting between downtown and the western part of Toronto and Etobicoke. After years of disruption, delay, and disappointment, the Eglinton Crosstown is finally nearing completion. Whether it's worth the wait is a question only time will answer. What's clear is that Toronto desperately needs this line, and its absence has become a symbol of how long and difficult it is to build major transit in Canada's largest city, which, by the way, should not be the case. If the September opening holds true, it will mark a long overdue but transformative moment in Toronto's transit history. For a city where east-west transit has long lagged behind north-south connectivity, the Crosstown promises to reshape how people move, if at last it can move anybody at all. I hope that you liked the video. If so, please give it a like. If you're not subscribed and want to be notified of new videos that are released, please click on the Art Toronto button here. This is the video that I would recommend for you to watch next, and I'm sure that you're going to love it. Here's the playlist for all of the latest in transit news and views that you're going to find very informative and interesting. And finally, here is the latest video. Thanks for watching and happy transiting.